Hey folks, I'm Josh Veal.
I'm Randy Johnson.
And I'm Seamus Young.
So now that we've talked to the whole crew, and heard all their life stories, and berated them about it if they were male, and played along if they were female, we're gonna go and do important stuff, like save the galaxy.
Go to Hoth.
Something like that. You know, what's the point of having a big long ramp so that you can stare at the galaxy map?
That would be the most inefficient interface in the world. Yeah, I mean, you would much rather just have a little screen there and a chair.
Yeah.
Standing up there, you feel like you're on a stage. Considering the entire point of that station is to just point at something and say, go here.
Yeah.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
But it's Turian
Conan
design.
Shepard. My name is s1e07. I have a job for you. I can't say anymore in an unsecured communication. If you're interested
You know,
in hearing my
this is
offer,
supposed to be one of the most
sit
sneaky
down
ships in the
and
entire galaxy. How did she get my number?
Lounge on the
It's like
Pacific.
everybody has your number.
Also, considering that communication lines literally have to be directed towards something, unless she just broadcast that message across the entire galaxy in one big giant bubble, she also shouldn't have had any idea where I was to send that message.
So that's more stuff we can do on the Citadel when we get there.
Is that what that is? I was sitting here racking my brain trying to... I remember the name Nasanta Dantius, but I didn't have any recollection of what she has us do.
She's in the, the Presidium Executive Lounge thing right next to the embassy.
Yes. Yes.
Normandy, your arrival was not scheduled. Our defense grid is armed and tracking you. State your business.
Citadel business. We got a Council Spectre aboard.
Landing access granted. Normandy.
It's like the worst
Man, I will
thing you
remember
can
if-
ever hear as a traffic controller.
Confirmation cannot be established. Your vessel will be impounded.
What a fun bunch. I think I'll take my next
Anytime I needed to slip under a defense grid, I will be sure to tell everyone that I'm a Spectre, whether I am or
I
not.
know.
Hey,
Wait,
yes,
wait,
I'm a
wait, all right.
Spectre,
Oh,
let
let
me
me
in.
disarm the shields. If the Empire had tried that with the Rebellion, no, it's okay, we've got Mon Mothma on board. And the Rebellion is like, oh, here, let us lower the defensive shields. And then the Star Destroyers blew the base up.
Instead, they spent trillions of credits to build a moon-sized space station that got blown up by a farm boy. Twice.
So, normally we take Rex and Garrus or Tally and Garrus or them, but I'm thinking we should try some biotics this time.
Biotics are pretty awesome.
You could say I have a new love for them.
You're that fond of Caden?
I was thinking more of the bro fist on the head chick, but Caden's a pretty cool guy sometimes.
It's kind of frustrating how long it takes to get to the good part of Caden's story.
Yeah.
You've got to talk to him, and he's got to be a little difficult with you a few times before he gets to the good part of his story.
Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
You know, Raphael Sparge, the voice actor for Kaiden and Karth and every other major character in a BioWare game ever, possibly not exaggerating there, he appeared in several episodes of Star Trek Voyager, like as an actual actor rather than a
That's
voice
far
actor.
enough.
I'm on important business.
This is an unscheduled arrival. I need your credentials.
All you need to
No.
know is I have more credentials than you.
They plan to be trouble, man.
I can't let you enter
That
the
was-
port
I feel
area
like
without
just
one
saying
wire.
no would have been more effective there.
Sergeant Sterling,
Like
secure
the
their weapons.
conversation line said I was going to.
Yeah, I really hate when you're trying to be a bad character. I just started my Mass Effect
Nobody
playing
takes
as a
my
bad
weapon.
character.
Charge
And
and
it's
run.
like being
We're
rude to
authorized
people
use
doesn't
lethal
get you
force.
through
You have to the count
the
of 3 to
conversation
surrender your
faster.
weapons.
You still have
1,
just as many steps in the conversation. It's just that they're rude ones.
Yeah, it's annoying. It seems like the writers are
Spectres are authorized to carry weapons here, Captain.
completely adverse to having the options on the wheel actually be the same as what you say. You can't just say no on the wheel and then just say no. You have to say like 2 sentences worth of dialogue.
Yeah, and then they have to reply, and you know, if it was a an exchange of 5 comments back and forth for the good character, then the bad character's got to have 5 things go back and forth too, which kind of frustrates me. I'd love to just once be able to blow by a conversation and say, screw you, I don't want to talk to you,
your security
and have it
chief's
end
coffee
there.
today?
She takes her job seriously. She is a valuable asset to the company. One of my
So we
duties is
show up,
orientation of new arrivals. Do you have any
almost
questions?
get into a fight
anyone
and set off
unusual pass through
alarms.
here
I think
recently?
we're doing well as a Spectre.
Unusual? And
Yes, as a super secret clandestine agent, we are doing awesome.
She is here?
She's a threat to galactic peace.
We're like the
I'm here to bring her
retarded
in
James
or put her
Bond
down.
or something.
The board doesn't like having outside problems dumped in its lap, Commander. Benezia
You
left
name me
with
one
15
person
research
in the
companies
history of ever
to
that
the
likes
best of my
having
knowledge,
problems
she's
not
still there.
associated with them dumped in their lap, and then that can be a valid point.
Good. Give us directions and we'll be on our way.
Conan had a bunch
You'll
of
need to
problems
ask
not
Administrator
associated with
Arleus
him
for
dumped in his
clearance to
lap.
leave this port.
He seems to be handling
And he
it pretty
didn't
well.
enjoy it.
Can we go
He
in
seems
now?
like a pretty pissy person now because of
If
it.
you need any help, you can ask me at the
Yeah,
administrator's
abruptly he became such a jerk.
She is here.
I wonder why.
I imagine you want
Because
to
all
talk to
these
me
problems got dumped in his lap.
about my mother.
Oh, your mom's here?
No, I don't. I trust you, Liara. You may not be military.
And then all of a
but
sudden
you're
you
crew.
change gears and begin being
Thank you,
nice.
Shepard. That means a great deal to me.
I'm just doing it so I can bump her bro fist. That's it.
I wish you hadn't brought that up.
I wish a lot of things, Josh. Tormenting you is one of those things I wish that I'd done more of.
Welcome to Port Hanshan, the galaxy's most respected site for independent scientific research and development.
Elevators.
For your own safety,
They are
and to
better than
protect the
loading
privacy of
screens.
others, you are required to obey any directions given by our security
So,
personnel.
on my last playthrough, on this particular planet,
Questions or concerns,
I would have
friendly
bugs
administrative
with
staff
these
is always
elevators. It was
Thank you.
painful. I'd get in the elevator and then the door wouldn't close and it wouldn't go anywhere. And of course I can't save because I'm in an elevator.
It does feel, I mean, you say elevators are better than loading screens. It feels like they're kind of, the areas that are cordoned off by elevators are kind of small. I mean, you figure
Yeah.
in a lot of shooter games, you'll get quite a bit of gameplay. You'll go through the complex shooting dudes for, 10, 15 minutes before you hit another loading screen. But these little areas in Mass Effect are pretty small.
I think the boss of this area is like back behind you.
So, but the hotel.
But we're supposed to go speak with the executive.
But hotel has women folk.
The executive has, like, a receptionist.
That's true. You have a valid point. I will leave this hotel as soon as possible to try and pick up the receptionist.
Excuse me, I need a moment of your time. The male human at the hotel
Yes,
bar?
women.
He's a sales rep for Binary Helix. His name is Rafael Vargas. I need you to speak with him.
Do you know who I am?
We're not
You
seriously
random
gonna
stranger,
do
I
this,
have a
are we?
secret mission for you.
That makes you ideal for my job.
And then I asked, do
Don't
you know who I am?
Or so Vargas will
Is
think.
she a
He
dwarf
will
in
assume you are here
disguise?
to investigate his company's dirty laundry.
That will distract him from my real intention.
If so, maybe that stuff on her head is her dwarven beard. That would explain a lot.
Strange people skulking.
We
in
figured it
corners are
out.
getting me in trouble.
Sorry, our
I
dwarven
represent
women.
the Aramali City Council on Thessia. Our town.
That's where all of them went, and why we don't see any in any of the Lord of the Rings stuff.
We found a time machine.
Much of BH's work relates to biotics. There are rumors that the
Time
Novaria
machine?
branch
No,
is
they
cloning
just
Asari
use their
biotics.
awesome
Powerful
dwarven
ones.
magic that they don't even
Commanders,
use to go
specific.
into the future.
We want to assess any potential risk to Asari copyrights.
So, DeLoreans.
You will present yourself as a buyer.
DeLoreans.
On behalf of the Spectres or the Alliance. Discuss their military enhancement programs. Your real objective will be to distract him. I will give you a device that will crack into his personal wireless network. It will upload a variety of monitoring viruses.
You have to talk to this guy, and the whole goal of the conversation is to have a lengthy conversation with him, so that the thing in your pocket can hack into the thing in his pocket.
You will know it is done.
It seems like just sitting beside him in silence would be much more effective.
I'll go see him
It
now.
is a bar after all. I mean,
yeah, it's
check it
not
out.
like...
I'm gonna do this infinitely easier.
So I'm gonna throw this out here. This has nothing to do with the main quest.
It's also really short.
True.
Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah, you could just
Mr.
stand
Vargas,
there.
I'm Commander Shepard, the Spectre. I
Just
understand
stand
you
with
work
my back
for
to
Rhino
him,
Helix.
about the same distance that I am standing now.
Were you interested in our services?
I might be. That depends on what sort of offer your company
And this is where Renegade comes in handy, because you can just renegade your way through this.
Solarian Corporation for its enhancement programs.
Mr. Vargas, I'm here to talk business with you. If you'd rather speculate on politics, I can visit another Gen Age firm.
You have my full attention, Shepard. I'm merely getting a handle on
Didn't
my
seem
negotiating
too
position.
intimidating.
First, the boiler.
Yeah, that was like...
No genetic
slightly rude.
We can match up the odds, but every strand of DNA is unique.
Conan has varying levels of hate.
Yeah, sometimes that option is shoot man in face, and sometimes that is slightly hurt feelings.
Those are
Actually, it's
very
not
good.
nearly often enough shoot
I
people in
suppose every
face.
little bit helps.
Shepard, this is a field in which improvements of 2% are dramatic enough to patent. I find it difficult to believe you would be sent to investigate this with such poor background knowledge. I can get you those improvements for 30k credits per head. For a bulk order, I can work in a sensory enhancement package, guaranteed.
He doesn't
20/15
believe
vision
Conan
and hearing
anymore.
from 12 to 22,000 hertz.
See, so neither of these options are available because we're splitting ourselves up between Intimidate and Charm at this point.
Hey, we haven't put any points in Charm in 4 episodes now.
Are you sure that's the best price you can offer?
Absolutely, that's the standard rate. Of course, if the government moves forward with this on an official level, there might be some additional discounts. I have to admit, it surprised me that you were here for business. There are many development projects on Novaria, some not entirely legal.
I wear a lot of hats, Mr. Vargas.
Hats.
Some days I shut down
I like
criminals,
them.
Some days I defuse nukes. Some days I like to enjoy private vices. You understand me?
I'm beginning to. It's obvious you have no knowledge of genetics, which makes it highly unlikely you were sent by the Citadel.
This conversation went so terribly because neither of our good options, or the left-hand side options, were available.
We're a Spectre. The Citadel doesn't send us places. We just go places. And then the Citadel cleans up the mess. So did we
Oh, he
fail
called our
because...
Because you have to have a high enough Intimidate or a high enough Charm to get that to
So
work. and
you
we
have
didn't
to
either.
convince him that you're a buyer in order to stand next to him long enough to hack into his device. Cool.
Have a drink.
That
Apparently.
makes no sense.
Did you see an Asari matriarch recently?
Yes, she caused quite a stir. It's not every day a matriarch arrives with a guard detail of commandos.
Armed commandos were allowed on Novaria?
I don't know if they were disarmed. Of
Wait a minute, since when are
can't
commandos
confiscate
allowed on
armored
Nova? They
powers.
gave us crap about getting in here.
Saren, and by extension, Venezia, is an important person. By that I mean an investor who might sell stock, if denied.
That's nice. I don't care to hear about your stock. I have to go hit on the receptionist now.
Do humans consider conversation a form of imprisonment? That would explain why...
Yes.
It was actually a really good line he had there as we were walking away. Humans consider conversation imprisonment.
Which is really fitting in a BioWare game.
That you are trapped by our conversation wheels and you cannot leave until you have picked the right wheel options.
Yeah, when
what do
somebody
you mean
pisses
you
you
want
off,
to punch this guy in the face? You have to spend 8 more minutes talking to him.
you decide you're done with the conversation and you begin choosing the screw off button, but it doesn't let you punch them.
And what's even worse is when you accidentally say something that draws their attention, and then the guy is like, you have activated my trap card, now you have to talk for 5 more minutes. Talk about things that are actually relevant to the interest of the NPCs. Unless, of course, you're trying to hit on them, which I'm about to. Actually, I think I'm just gonna blow past her. We're fine, whatever.
Apparently you can't.
How can I help you?
I'd like to speak to Annaleus.
One moment, please. Mr. Annaleus?
Yes, what?
Commander Shepard is asking to see you, sir.
Right, fine, come in.
Yay! This guy sounds pretty cool. He sounds like a Solarian. He seems kind of excited to talk to me. He's an important person, though, so this conversation should go well. Oh my gosh, yes. You should join my party.
I don't stand up. I have no time to entertain spaceborne vagabonds.
I guess that makes sense. You're, only like 40 years lifespan.
With any transient population, unreliable consumer base.
So you have a problem with my pedigree?
As a courtesy, I will only cooperate as required by the Executive Board. Businesses come here to avoid the second guessing of galactic law.
So you're saying if we kill the Executive Board...
Just so we understand each other, I will not allow you to harass our clients. This world is private property.
Do you do business with Saren?
Just shoot him.
Saren, one of your Spectre compatriots? He's a major investor in Binary Helix Corporation, which is one of Novaria's backers.
Is Binary Helix developing weapons?
And we just screwed up.
It's possible, given his interests. What our clients do in their labs is their business.
Investor. Can you imagine the horrible conflicts of interest if you wield this unaccountable power?
She arrived a few days
and you're
ago,
allowed to just go around wheeling and dealing with these companies.
And to top it off, we screwed up our attempt
I have no more questions at
mess
this time.
with Binary Helix.
Good. I received a dozen urgent messages while you dithered about.
Mr. Annaleus isn't the only one with a past to leave Hanshan. You've never worked in the corporate world, have you, Commander? You can't bludgeon through bureaucracy.
We can't just shoot our way out?
I can bludgeon pretty hard.
Talk to Lorik Keen.
Sounds like I'm flirting there to me.
At the hotel bar. Can't say more. Not with
She seems disturbed by your bludgeoning.
Talk to you later.
Very well.
She seemed very hush and excited when I said I can bludgeon really hard.
Yeah, I don't think that's what she was talking about.
I disagree. Me and her are both humans. Obviously, we understand each other completely, 100%. It's aliens that don't understand us. Humans have always understood each other.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've never had war before or anything like that.
Well, at least we understood what our wars were about instead of the humans versus the Aturians. They were like, oh, you're stupid.
We were like,
wait,
oh,
why did we go to war with the Solarians again?
The Turians found us opening... No, the Turians, they found us opening a mass relay, which is, in their mind, incredibly dangerous. Because that's how they got the Rachni problem, which we'll be dealing with soon.
So then they blew up our entire fleet and took our colony.
Yeah, then they attacked us, and then we, said, why are you killing us? Why didn't you just ask us to stop? And they were like, oh, our bad. And
of course, this was after we, kicked their asses.
Afternoon. Sit down, have a drink. What can I do?
I did not know that. We kicked their asses. How did we kick
They took our colony, and we brought our whole damn navy over and wiped out their fleet.
Like me possibly help you with?
So it was really a war about wiping out each other's fleets.
Of course, the way I remember it, they didn't necessarily have a very large fleet there. They, you know, they had their little, oh, we're gonna go piss on some people fleet. And we were like, yeah, well, here comes our entire we really hate you fleet.
Commander. Your picture has been sent to every employee.
We've spent the last 8 turns building units.
Grounds for termination. Laura Keane. For the moment, I am the manager of the Synthetic Insights Office.
The Rachni situation was kind of interesting because a long time, like 1,000 years ago, they were just popping open mass relays like we did, but once you open them, you can't shut them again. And they opened one, and they got a crap ton of Rachni poured out and tried to kill everybody. And after that, they decided, wow, let's not open any more mass relays. So they have no idea how much bigger the galaxy might be if they just ran around opening them all.
I suspect your goal lies outside this port. Mr. Analeus would be
I'm curious how everyone discovered the Citadel in the first place, if not opening up random mass relays.
I know. Well, I think that what
apparently
it is
all
is
mass relays lead to the Citadel in some way.
Yeah, but then it's kind of like a tree, and once you're at the Citadel, you're at the top of, you're at the root.
Violence against Mr. Analeus's thugs may be necessary. He has members.
Hey guys, he's promising violence. I think I'm interested again.
He's paying them under the table. Miss Matsuo is unaware.
15 minutes of talking might just pay off.
If he's paying them under the table, they're mercenaries. I can kill mercenaries.
I can also kill people and normal human beings. Sometimes children if paid enough, because I'm an ass.
The evidence is on my office computer. This OSD
but you never get to kill Analeus.
Slide it into the drive and it will auto-execute.
Who, when I was going through this game as a good character, I wanted to cold cock that guy so bad. I was so angry at him for just being such a pain in the ass.
What I was up to and left.
And it angered me that I could never do anything to it. Like, I was willing to just go, I don't care about renegade points. I want to punch this man.
I wish I could have been more help.
Oh, seriously? There's more?
I will get what I want in the end. Good day, Spectre.
I'm not going to help her in getting anything else. That was just me getting my XP cookie. Yeah, I just wanted my
wow,
XP
it gave you XP for failing the quest.
Awesome.
If only MMOs did that.
You failed to talk to that guy long enough. Like, that was the only way she could think of to get hacked into that guy's thing. She couldn't just... You couldn't just leave it there at the table. Or stand near
This guy's office is down here by the garage.
Or hide it in his drink, and then he can drink it. Then you can recover it later. You'll have no idea.
If you play as female, can you charm that guy into talking? Because it seems like that would be a much more effective way to have a conversation with him, is to just be a pretty girl, and then you can be just talk about anything.
Yep, it's this elevator.
Rather than showing up as an angry man with orange hair and guns. And
bristling
trying to
with
talk about
weaponry.
genetics.
So before we go into this fight, it dawns on me. You two haven't ever done anything.
Wow. Congratulations.
That would have been a fun fight.
I don't really care what you do, because... Skip remaining talents. Because the only reason why I went through Caden specifically is I had to make sure he had all his electronic skills.
Yeah.
Freeze! Hanshan security. This office is sealed.
Or what?
You're the Spectre, right? Laura Keane is under investigation.
Oh, Josh, I hate you.
Shut up.
Yeah, but if you intimidate her, even if you had the red option, that would just make her walk away. This way you get to shoot her.
But you get the same amount of XP. On the upside, this is violence, and we like violence. I don't know what you guys just did, but you made a man explode, and for that I thank you.
Biotic rockets.
Wow. After playing Mass Effect 2 and its cover-based combat, this looks really strange to me.
Oh my gosh, it's been about a week since I did this. I was on the final.
Come on! Ah! But we can always override it with Omnigen.
This looks so odd to have you getting in each other's faces and just shooting each other point blank with pistols.
It's like you've forgotten what a normal FPS is like.
Yeah, rocket jump over those guys.
That would be nice. Bodo.
You must die.
No, you.
All clear.
Alright, got the information. Time to spring the trap. Oh wait,
you
did I say
turned
trap?
on the
Yeah,
dramatic music.
Because you did not surprise me.
Oh, you can't just shoot. You like, I know I'm going to fight you in a few seconds, but I can't just shoot you from here.
That would really piss me off if I were ever playing a sniper rifle heavy character.
Yeah, and you have to enter this conversation instead of just...
You think I'm gonna let you walk out?
Instead of just throwing a grenade in the middle of them and blowing it up.
Yeah, you have to talk to her and let her be all snitty to you before you can shoot her dead.
On my world.
Being a cop doesn't give you the right to break the law yourself. You accepted bribe money.
Why are we still talking? I hated this conversation. It made me angry. This was another one I always wanted to choose Renegade and end the conversation now.
Yeah, and you can't talk them down, so it's like, what's the point?
Yeah, you can't just... They outmaneuver you in combat. Or in conversation. They get all the witty remarks and you're like, nuh-uh.
Or laser pointers.
Man, all these people must have been on their way to making a presentation.
No, they stopped by Radio Shack before they came to fight. When in doubt, disc grenades?
Yeah.
Yay, grenade spam. One of the things I don't like about this part of the game is this entire area feels a little same-ish. It looks a little too similar.
This is literally the same thing as the bar.
Yeah. Which actually in the real world, I mean, makes sense. You know, you can go in a hotel and one room will look exactly like another, and not even
especially if you're doing like
where you stay.
Prefab stuff.
Yeah, and so that makes a lot of sense, but you know, in a video game it is sort of disorienting.
Would you know anything about it?
Of course not.
Maybe even just changing the color of the lighting would have helped.
Meet me at the hotel for a drink before you talk to Keen. I'll be waiting.
Yes, I told you guys this was the way to get into her pants. She wants me to take her to get a drink at the hotel.
I was always kind of annoyed by her response to the Renegade answer there, because I thought, like, the whole point was you were supposed to play coy, and then she's just like, don't be coy with me!
I will be coy to you, but you cannot return.
You want to get into her pants? She's wearing one giant pink sock. That is her outfit.
I like getting socks off of people, though. Then I can fly it like a kite.
Her outfit looks so uncomfortable, and I'm sure it's just the lighting model, but it looks like this really stiff plastic. Like, how do you even sit at your desk like that?
If you remember, she was standing. That would explain a lot.
Yes. She has to stand all day.
You're right, dude. That suit looks like she's a toy.
Let's talk to this person, and we'll use our little pocket bug to hack into their wireless network.
Introduce myself. Parasini, Novaria.
And then we'll get money.
What do you want?
The executive board knows about Ananias' corruption.
Josh, I have a hard time believing that there is room anywhere on that suit for her to have any sort of electronic device.
With his evidence, this planet can run
Unless, ew.
I'd like to
I'm
help
sure
with
she can
Parasini,
find
but
room
I need
somewhere.
Keen's garage pass.
Ew.
Yes, fate of billions and all that. I couldn't possibly understand how important your work is. You help my investigation, I'll provide whatever you need. Favor for a favor.
Wow.
Seems we'd help more people.
I didn't realize this, but
whatever you need.
Look, Shepard, I don't like this either. You Spectres play fast
she
and
treats
loose
you
with
a
the law.
lot
It's bad for
better
business.
if you like just spam renegade dialogue
I'll
at
talk
her.
to Keen and see if I can convince him.
Thank you. You know where I work.
Like if you ask questions or use paragon choices, she acts like you are a big idiot.
Yeah, kind of condescending even.
Always a pleasure, Spectre. Any news on that matter I asked you to look into?
You guys, we want to make him testify against Ananias, right?
Probably won't be able to, but sure.
I finished the job, but an internal affairs investigator contacted me. She wants you to testify against Ananias.
Now that you have my property, you want to dictate how I use it. I have no interest in a public spectacle.
Damn it, I have to use the blue option. But the blue option never works. Oh, you can be a hero. I don't want to be a hero. I want money, he'll say.
Everyone on this station is chafing under Ananias' extortion. You might end up a hero.
My employers rely on the goodwill of the executive board to work here.
The board is investigating Ananias. They'll be more angry at him than at you.
All right. It is obvious that I cannot dissuade you.
Why did that work? That was dumb. Blue is dumb.
Well, it sounds like he's just gonna say that to get the information and then
not
he's
testify.
just gonna run away.
Yeah, it would be totally easy for him to double cross. And to be fair, we don't care. This entire quest line is just so that we can open a door and get to the garage and drive our Mako.
Gee, that doesn't sound familiar to anyone, does it?
I know. All of this.
Well, on the upside, at least we didn't have to choose to do it the lawful way or the thievery way. That would have been real stereotypical.
I mean, it makes more sense as a paragon that you can't get through that door because you're concerned about like diplomatic incidents and not shooting everybody.
A paragon isn't.
But as a
gonna shoot the
renegade,
poor guy guarding. Yeah. As a renegade, there's no reason for you to just not punch out the guard, pull the door open, and go on your merry way. What are they gonna do? Come out after you to the death facility?
I mean, hell, that's what Han Solo would do, and he's not like an evil character.
We could play Grand Theft Novarius.
Have you given any more consideration to my offer?
It took some persuasion, but Keen has agreed to testify.
That's a world
Took
of
some
stress
blue
off my
options,
back.
but Keen has
I'll take the evidence for safe
been
transport.
persuaded to testify.
I didn't think you'd help me, being a Spectre and all. I guess some of you can be all right.
That's some gratitude you got there.
Yeah, imagine that.
Sorry,
We helped
I'm
you
used to
because
having my
we
guard
had
up.
no
When
choice.
people find out I'm internal affairs, they treat me like a traitor.
Yeah, we're all right.
While
we
you were
only
working on Keen,
murdered
I got your
everyone
garage
in an
pass. Be
office
careful out there.
and forcibly
I
took
haven't arrested
information
Wish I had time to
that
change
could be
into
used to
something easy
blackmail
move in.
Ananias.
Hate skirts.
This is an outrage. I'll see that you
That's
never
not a
work in this sector
skirt.
again.
Yeah, get a move on.
You, Shepard! I demand you place this bitch under arrest.
You have the right to remain silent. I wish to God you'd exercise it. See you around the galaxy, Commander. I owe you a
Punching him in the
There
face
is
there would have been really
totally-
satisfying. Don't call that woman a bitch.
There is
Me and
totally
her had a
safe
drink
in his
together.
office that you should loot.
You're kidding.
There is.
There's a safe. Oh. You know how many times I've gone through. How many times I've gone through Mass Effect and I did not know about the safe, or I never noticed it, or I just never went out.
You just close the door.
I didn't want anyone to walk in and see me stealing.
How did I miss this?
By not caring because the loot wasn't very impressive.
You know, that's a really good point. Is that just saved me, 8 seconds at the sell screen at the shop.
So, Mako time?
Yeah, alright, so, next episode, we're gonna go and get our car and drive across some ice to go find an Asari matriarch and kill her. That'll probably be pretty easy. I don't see how that could go wrong in any way.
No problem.
Go ahead and start walking and I'll start talking.
How the
Hey,
hell do you walk
folks.
again?
Okay, we'll try that again.
No, how do you walk again? I don't remember how to walk.
It's
Found it. Alright. I got it. I got this shit. Let's start this shit up.
Remember, because that happened on the first episode?
Yes, I remember.
Okay, go ahead. Hey folks, I'm Josh Veal.
I'm Randy Johnson, and we're gonna do another take, because that was a big long delay. I was too busy focusing on walking.
It's very
You
intensive
can't walk
activity.
and talk!
I was hypnotized by the lights on the stairs.